Mansfield 103.2. Overnight.
Welcome to the late night run for all you insomniacs out there.
You're listening to the number one station for Mansfield, Ashfield and Bolsover, Mansfield 103.2, and you're tuned to the late night run. And somebody just phoned me up, who I'm just going to put on air because I like him so much. It's Barry on Valentine's Day. How you doing, Barry?
Hello, Ian. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Can I ask you something?
Of course you can.
Do I sound a bit different today?
You do sound a little different, yes, Barry. You sound a bit muffled.
Well, you know why?
Why?
I'm not in the compound.
You're not at the compound. Where are you then, Barry?
Well, I'm getting ready for the big day. It starts now, doesn't it? Valentine's Day. You know where I am exactly now? I'm about to jump in the shower. You didn't want to know that, did you?
No, whenever you phone me outside of the compound, you're either naked in the bath or about to go to wash yourself or something like that.
There's nothing wrong with personal cleanliness here. I wouldn't take that line with me, but yes, I know. Well, the thing is, shall I tell you why I'm about to jump in the shower? Shall I tell you why?
Go on.
Love is in the air, la 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 la. I don't know the other words, but you know. Love is in the air.
So, okay, come on then, fill me in. Have you asked Miss Prendergast out, or Ms Prendergast out?
Oh, you'll be in the bad books. I've asked Miss Prendergast out, and she said yes.
Oh, that's great news, Barry.
I kept it a surprise. I said, I'm going to take you somewhere really posh. And she says, oh, okay, but you know what? I don't like culture, she said to me. She said, you are going to treat me. I said, don't worry, Miss Prendergast, I'm going to treat you proper. And she says, good, because I want to discuss some things about the compound as well tonight, which I thought was a bit strange, but you never know. You know, Valentine's Day, mixed business and pleasure and all that. So, you know what I'm going to take you? I'm going to go to the social club after all.
You going to the social club?
What do you think?
Well, it's a plan.
But it's culture, and you know what? Pete, you know, the owner of the social club, he's pulled out all the stops for me. As soon as we get there, you know when you get there, you've got your cheesy dips and your peanuts and your prawn cocktail crisps and all that.
Yeah.
He's going to arrange those in a heart-shaped bowl he got from Tenerife in the mid-80s. Isn't that lovely?
It sounds wonderful, Barry.
As soon as we get there, you know, he's going to stick that in front of Mr. Prendergast. He's going to love that. And you know what?
Go on.
You know them posh films that all those fountain things with wine glasses where you stack all the wine glasses up and you pour the wine on,
yeah,
and it sort of filters down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's not got enough wine glasses, but he's going to do it with pint pots and baby sham. And it might take a few bottles, so it's going to cost Barry a bit, and he's going to do it all the way down. Isn't that lovely?
You're going to be just like George Best, aren't you?
Oh, I tell you.
You've got all the girls gathered round you like a honey pot, flies round a honey pot.
Oh, well, I hope I don't smell like one, because I've got my Spirit of Japan tonight. You know that new aftershave?
Spirit of Japan.
Ooh.
What's the, as they always say, was it Old Spice, the aftershave of the gods? Has it got anything like that?
Well, it's in Japanese writing. The bloke who sold it to me assured me that it said the aftershave for real winners. It says it's the samurai's aftershave.
The samurai's aftershave.
Apparently, they used to adorn it all over their body as they'll go into a fight. So what he says to me, really liberally spray it on, as much as you can, get it all over your body, but don't light a cigarette shortly afterwards. I don't know why I said that, but so I'm going to do that, and hopefully it'll do the trick. Tell you what, I'm going to be smelt in the social club tonight. I've put it all on. I've used all the bottle, but, you told me to do that.
Make sure you don't go near any naked flames, then.
Oh, hey, there might be a few naked things that we're going near tonight, you know what I mean? Oh, I got a bit saucy there, sorry, Ian. I'm getting a bit excited.
Oh, I suppose we can do it. It's late enough or early enough, I suppose.
It's love time. Sorry, Ian, I'm a bit excited.
That's okay. So what time are you meeting Ms. Prendergast then?
Well, it'll be, it's tonight, isn't it? Because it's the big day already. I'm meeting you just before my shift. So we're going to have a nice night, and then we're going to go over to the compound. So I can tell you tomorrow it's gone. I've got my Valentine's card. And,
what does it say in it? Have you written a special message for her?
Oh, Ian, I've not written one yet.
No, but what? Come on, you got roses are red, violets are blue.
Will you go to bed with me and be Mrs. Biggins? No, it doesn't really work, does it? I'm not exactly William Shakespeare, am I, Ian? Oh,
no, you're not William Shakespeare. You're more close to Keats.
Is he a football player for Mansfield Town?
I wouldn't know. Don't follow football, me, Barry.
Oh, Ian, you are learned, aren't you? Learned, Ian, that's what I'll call you. Anyway, we're back to Biggins.
Anyway, look, good luck.
Thank you, Ian.
Okay. I hope it all goes very well. I
got a
mean, me,
200
do you know
red
me?
roses.
I'm going to be lonely once again.
Oh.
Nobody for Ian.
Oh, Ian, you know what? I'll send you a Valentine's card.
Willie.
Well, I've let the cat out of the bag now, but you'll get one. You know what I mean?
That's lovely, but I can't wait, actually.
Oh,
I'm really looking forward to that.
Hey, don't worry about it, because you know what? You're everybody's friend, you are, Ian. You are everybody's friend. When you talk on that wireless, you talk to everybody.
There's sweet words, Barry. Thank you very much. You've cheered me up on this most horrible of days for the single. But for you, the best day of your life, it sounds like. Well, the best day for a while.
Oh, I hope you're just joking there, Ian. I tell you what, I've got to get ready because I've got so much to do. So I'll call you tomorrow after the big date.
Oh, I can't wait to speak to you then.
Okay.
You take care, Barry.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mansfield 103.2. Overnight.
You're tuned to the home of great music, Mansfield 103.2. And somebody who has not got in touch with us for, well, quite a few days now. I've not heard from him since, it must have been last Tuesday night or last Tuesday morning. It's Barry. How you doing, Barry?
Hello, Ian. Are you okay?
I'm fine. You don't sound okay, Barry.
Ian, I've got to apologise for not calling you. I'm sorry, but I've only just got out of hospital. The doctors wouldn't let me make any outgoing calls. Ian...
What? You've been in hospital, Barry? What's happened?
What have I done, Ian? What have I done? You know what?
I don't know what you've done. Just tell me, man. Come on.
They're calling it the Valentine's Day mascara. Oh, Ian. Oh, God. You know Miss Prendergast?
The woman who's taken over, well, Mr. Jenkins' old role as head of the compound, yes.
I took her out, for Valentine's night. I gave her the card. I had the bottle of Blue Nun. I had the single red rose, plastic, of course. And I took her out.
You didn't get a real one?
Well, yeah, hey, I'm from Blidworth, you know what I mean? You don't need a real one. Plastic ones last forever, remember that, Ian?
That's very true.
But I took her out to, social club, and everything was going well, because Pete, the owner of the social club, he'd got a heart-shaped bowl with all your nuts and, your cheesums and that sort of thing, even the mini garlic
He treats
bread.
you, doesn't he? He spoils you rotten.
Oh, lovely, lovely. And there I am. Remember that new aftershave, Spirit of Japan?
Spirit of Japan, yeah, you've told me all about that.
Yeah, well, I actually got it from my mate Terry, he does a good deal on that, and it was a litre for £5. That's no questions, that sort of thing. Oh, here's a card. Anyway, well, I put that on liberally, like he told me to, all over my body, and everything was going well. Miss Prendergast did say there was a slightly strange smell in the room, but, I let it pass, and then, I leant over.
Yeah.
So half an hour, we're just coming up to the sausage rolls,
Yeah.
and burgers. I leant over, and the candle there, Peter set up a candle for me, and you know what? It must have reacted with something in the Spirit of Japan, something in the aftershave. I went up like the Blackpool Illuminations. I took Miss Prendergast with me.
So basically, you're on fire in the social club.
You know what? Towering Inferno Part 2. You know what Pete says? He's not had a bonfire like that for 10 years.
Does he normally has them outside, doesn't he?
Well, you know what? Thankfully, the amazing thing was, because although it set alight, the Spirit of Japan sort of formed a lacquer around my body, so I was hardly a touch really. I've just been in observation for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Miss Prendergast didn't have the Spirit of Japan on her, did she? And she won't have eyebrows for the rest of her life.
So you burnt Miss Prendergast's eyebrows off.
I singed her. You know what? For a moment I thought, was that a barbecue? That's what it smelled like.
So have you gone off her now, or I suppose she's gone off you?
Well, let's just say she's not, Barry's not favourite at the moment. She's had a couple of, appointments to try and get, you can get these fake eyebrows, can't you? Unfortunately, she's bald at the moment as well, but they do assure that will go back in the next 36 months, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. But she's not, it's an easy mistake though, isn't it? An easy mistake.
I've never made that mistake, Barry,
well,
but I'm sure thousands of people have.
Well, you're a lucky one then, aren't you? I won't be
I've never set a lady on fire, Barry. I think that's one of very bad thing to do.
I need to ask you something. Should I give her a call? Because I haven't dared call her.
Well, where is she now?
Oh, she's still in intensive care, but, that's another story.
Well, then she's not going to answer the phone, is she, Barry?
Well, maybe if I could get in there and just have a quick word with her. What do you think?
You can hold her hand, Barry.
Maybe I'll give her a bottle of a new perfume Terry's got me.
What's this perfume?
It's the Ghost of Huchimawa.
The Ghost of Huchimawa perfume.
It's not a good one. It's like the sister perfume to the Spirit of Japan. And what I might do, I might, put it all over her body while she's in the coma and, see if she likes it when she wakes up.
She's in a coma?
Well, apparently the doctors say, so Yeah, I suppose it's not too good, is it, at the moment? But,
Not
you know...
really. How's the compound, anyway?
Well, the compound's lovely.
Okay.
You know, Barry's just here on his own.
Well,
but-
you know, there's some happy stuff and there's some sad stuff.
So I'll keep you in touch with Miss Prendergast's condition.
Okay.
And if you're really lucky, I've still got a wool about, just less than a litre of Spirit of Japan if you want some.
Well, you have to send me some, Barry.
I will do it.
Right, you take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Music through the night with Mansfield 103.2.
You're tuned to the number one for Mansfield, Ashfield and Bowles over Mansfield 103.2. You just said Unit 4+2, Concrete and Clay. Somebody who's joining me and Gripper this evening on the Late Night Run is Barry. Hey, Barry, how are you?
Hello, Ian. You always give me a build-up, don't you?
I like to give you a build-up, Barry.
Good news, Ian.
Go on.
I'm back in the compound.
Oh, wonderful stuff. Gripper's here with me, by the way.
Oh, hello, Gripper.
Good evening, Barry. How are you? I've been worried about you, boy.
Oh, thank you, Gripper. I'm one of your biggest fans, you know that.
Oh, thank you. I love listening to you as well.
Oh, it's like the Mutual Appreciation Society.
There's a lot of love in this room now.
Oh, you like Darius out of that pop star.
That's it.
That's the one.
Hey,
Come
I've
on.
got some good news,
Tell us.
Ian. That Gripper is a card, isn't he? Won't let me get my good news out. Well, you know, we had that disastrous. I don't want to talk about it. The Valentine's Day mascara with Miss Prendergast, where I burnt her eyebrows off.
Yeah, you burnt her eyebrows off.
Well, she's still in hospital. She's a lot better, God bless her.
Oh,
But
that's-
she's still in
that's
hospital.
good,
I mean, the great thing is, I wanted to keep an all-night vigil because, hope Barry's still in there, if you know what I mean. But obviously, I've got to work at the compound. So I've had a word with the security guard at the hospital. I've actually got a video link on my black and white telly
To her room.
to her room. Obviously, that means that our cameras at the compound aren't actually looking at the compound anymore. But I'm sure nothing will happen.
No. Well, let's hope. I mean, what ward is it?
It's it's not intensive care anymore. It's what do they call it? The Burns ward, epidermis or something. You know. Apparently, she's like the Invisible Man. She's all swathed in bandages at the moment. So
No.
maybe I'm not looking at her. I'm looking at someone in bandages. That's all I can tell you. Anyway. But she seems okay.
So what have you seen then on the camera?
Well, basically, she seems to be sat there. She seems every so often people rush in and pump her chest and then seem to rush out again. So
Do what?
well, I don't know. I'm not a medical man here, but these doctors, they know their onions, don't they? So I'm not going to argue. But hey, every cloud has a silver lining.
What's that silver lining,
Well,
Barry?
Miss Prendergast, not only was Miss Prendergast and Barry getting close, but she was important to the compound. She was running it, wasn't she? Who runs it now? Guess who? Guess who's in control?
I don't know. Who is it? You tell us.
know. Oh, it's like one of your fascinating facts, Gripper. Did you know, Gripper, that Barry Biggins is in charge of the compound?
Oh,
that's
that's
amazing.
unbelievable.
Can you believe it? Ooh. Hey,
How does it feel to be like so high up now?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's fun. I'll tell you that for nothing. You know-
Okay, so what kind of things have you been doing? What have you been up to?
Well, the greatest thing, obviously there's only Miss Prendergast and me working here now because, the compound's perhaps not as big as it used to be. But the greatest thing, I've got control of the budgets. Now, obviously, you're a man of the world and Gripper, you'll be able to help me on this. You have all this petty cash and, basically all I do, I just write one of these little skits for myself, one of these little sheets, and I can have anything. And I just thought I'd give it a go because we got one of these cards for one of these wholesale stores.
Yeah.
So I bought 364,000 tons of olive oil, just as a joke. And you know what? It came this morning.
Well, that's what happens when you order things. They tend to turn up, Barry.
I don't know what I'm doing with myself.
Was your name on the authorisation for that, is it?
Well, does that matter?
I think so. I'd have signed it Miss Prendergast if I was you.
Oh, the thing is, there's no money changed, and I write this note, and then, 24 hours later it comes. It's brilliant. It's magic.
So how much have you got there again?
364,000 tons. I've been lathering myself in it just to try and use a bit of it, really, because, the compound's full of it. That and the 264 tons of uncut potatoes, which I just thought, So basically, I could do a lot of frying. You know what I mean?
Hey, do you know what as well?
Yeah?
I think me and Gripper have just had the same
Yeah.
thought. Do you know what week it is?
Oh!
It's National Chip Week.
It is.
Hey, hey, isn't that lucky?
You could have Barry's chip compound, couldn't you?
Oh, I don't know what Miss Prendergast would say. Hey, lads, I better go because I better get cooking, but what a surprise. I'll start cooking these chips, and when
Okay.
she's fit, when she's ready to get back, I'll give her, all the chips she could eat. Won't that
You
be
watch out
lovely?
for those chip pan fires.
Oh, she'll be alright, won't she?
Let's hope. Thanks very much for phoning in, Barry.
Okay,
You going to phone in tomorrow?
I will do. I'll probably be cooking chips. Hey, thanks for that idea, Gripper.
That's all right, Barry. My pleasure. You take care now, boy.
Bye,
Okay,
bye.
my friend, bye.
Bye.
Mansfield 103.2. Overnight.
This is the number one for Mansfield, Ashfield and Bolsover, Mansfield 103.2. And this is the late night run with you all the way until 4 o'clock once again this morning. All back to normal, Barry. Barry's on the phone.
Hello, Ian. Oh, Barry's done it again, hasn't he?
What have you done, Barry?
Oh, I'm in a right pickle, Ian. Oh, I don't know where to start. You know I'm in charge of the compound.
Yeah, because of the terrible injuries sustained by, to Miss Prendergast, Ms. Prendergast.
We don't want to talk about it,
No.
It was an accident at a romantic meal. She's got no eyebrows. Lace said, so does Mendy, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So Barry's in charge of the compound. Barry's in charge, of the budgets, isn't he?
Yeah. So you started buying things, didn't you, Barry?
Well, you've got to enjoy yourself, haven't you? So that 364,000 tonnes of cooking and all, that's arrived. So if you want some oil, come to Barry. Also, the invoices arrived for that. Quite a lot of money. You wouldn't believe it, would you? I thought oil was one of those things, quite cheap. It's not when you buy it in bulk, apparently.
How much?
We're talking tens of thousands of pounds.
Oh, it's a lot of money. So is this really a form of embezzlement that's taking place here, Barry, or is it just an innocent, spendthrift?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you ask me, is embezzlement, getting yourself lumbered with 364,000 tonnes of oil? I don't think so. You know what I mean? But we've got a slightly bigger problem on the horizon.
Go on, Barry.
Or at the dock, I should say, really. Well, you know what? I've been flicking through the catalogues. Miss Prendergast gets sent all these things, and I thought it was just a laugh. I only did it as a joke, and can you believe it?
What? Go on.
Well, I was a big fan of Bullseye. Do you remember Bullseye?
Yeah.
You know the prizes you used to have? The final prize? Well, it was either some trailer or caravan, or it was a speedboat, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I used to love those speedboats. Let's have a look at what you could have won,
You've bought a speedboat, haven't you, Barry?
Well, all I did, there was a little thing, you write your name, you send it off, you fax it off, and it's done, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got this huge speedboat at the compound when I arrive at work. What do? I've had advice.
It's a question, isn't it? It's one of those. What you've had advice?
Yeah, my mate Terry.
Yeah, go on.
I'm still going through that chlorine bath that he gave me a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff, isn't it? But he says to me, Barry, you've done it again, haven't you? One word of advice. Well, two. If you want for a small fee, you can take it off your hands, no questions asked, that sort of thing. The other is, take it to Sutton Res, put a hole in it, let it sink, and go away, and never even mention it. Plead ignorance. He said I'd be good at that. I don't know what he meant. What do? Miss Prendergast is being let out of hospital.
I don't
today.
know. Is she being let out?
Well, she's got no eyebrows, but that doesn't stop you working, does it? So, what do you do? What do I do with a huge speedboat? I mean, I don't know if you want to ride in it. It's lovely. I've been inside it.
So where is it? Is it actually in Compound A or something? Is it been brought in?
Yeah, it's been brought into the compound, and apparently, there's no resale, there's no return. I've bought a speedboat. I bought a speedboat.
How much did it cost you, Barry?
You don't want to know that, Ian. Oh dear. Let's just say it's top of the range. Basically, what with that and all the cooking oil and the chips I bought as well, 600 tonnes, I can't remember now. I've been doing a bit of spending.
Does it feel good to spend?
Oh, I think what am I? I think I'm, what do they call it? Shopaholics, that's me. I've got a problem here and it's not my fault. So, what do you reckon? Sutton Res, no questions?
Well, I don't know really. I don't really think that I'm the right man to come to advice.
Oh, I know what.
Go on.
I'll put a big ribbon on it, a big bow, and I'll say, welcome back to the compound, Miss Prendergast, here's your present. Would you like that?
Maybe.
Hey, that'd be a good present, wouldn't it?
I reckon that's probably your best choice.
And then she couldn't be angry at poor old Barry, just trying to help his boss.
You can't get angry at Barry, that's what I say. It would be very unfair if she would get angry about the fact that you've spent, hundreds of thousands of pounds of the,
Well, exactly. And the best news is, I better go, because I tell you what, the best news is, I've got this industrial chip fat fryer, and all the potatoes and the oil, I'm going to make her loads and loads of chips when she returns. So that should be fun. So I've left it going for the last hour or so. Haven't checked up on it, so I'll have a check.
Yeah.
See what's going on. It's smelling a bit. It's quite warm in the room at the moment, actually, I must say. So I'll check up on it, and hopefully she'll have some chips tomorrow.
Well, it sounds like things are looking up. I mean, it doesn't matter, does it really, if you spend too much? Can
you hear that, Ian?
What's that?
It almost sounds like an alarm. I better go. I better check it.
Okay.
Okay then, Ian.
Take care, Barry.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mansfield 103.2. Overnight.
You just heard the Kinks there with Waterloo Sunset on the number 1 for Mansfield. Ashfield and Bowles over Mansfield 103.2. And there's somebody on the line. It's Barry.
Oh, Ian, I think there's going to be a Waterloo Sunset for Barry Biggins. Oh, what have I done? What have I done?
What have you done, Barry?
Oh, I need a friend, Ian.
I'm here.
You know, I was making all those chips for Miss Prendergast when she gets back from the hospital. You know, I burnt her eyebrows off by mistake on Valentine's night.
Yeah.
Well, I left them not too long, didn't I? I left them. You know, when I finished talking to you last night,
Yeah.
when I got back all those hundreds of tons of chips. Well, Compound A's gone.
Yeah.
Compound B's gone.
Yeah.
Basically, by some small miracle, the only thing that survives in the compound is Barry's office and Barry's black and white telly, though you can't really see much on it apart from charred remains of the compound. You know that speedboat I bought by mistake?
Yeah.
It's gone.
Barry, this doesn't sound good at all, does it?
It's all gone. Obviously the fire engine came round, they've sorted it, it's a complete, Ian. It's a complete mess, and you know what?
What?
Miss Prendergast's phone, she's been discharged from the hospital.
Yeah.
You know, no eyebrows, grade 3 burns all around, you know, it's an absolute nightmare. She said everything alright, yeah, fine. What can I say? The
So you've not told her then, Barry?
She's coming tomorrow. She's coming. What am I gonna do?
I'm quite worried for you, Barry.
Oh well, but you gotta have a smile to your face, haven't you? Because if you didn't laugh, what would you do? You'd cry, wouldn't you, Ian? So, well, basically, I mean, I might as well keep the speedboat now. I mean, there's the shell of it, you know. I might take it home to my flat, and you know, just to remind me of the happy times. But it's not really fun, is it? I mean, can you cheer me up, Ian?
I can play you some music.
Why don't you play me some music? You know, something happy. Because you know what, Miss Prendergast, I love her. I'm sure she feels for Barry. I'm sure she does. And that strength of feeling will see me right, won't it?
Well, I've got a bit of a love song here.
Ooh.
It's Dido with Here With Me.
Oh, I wish you were here with me, Ian. I need a friend. You know, in a manly sort of way.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh.
It's quite a damn beat, Barry. Quite a damn beat, Barry, today.
You know what?
I'm upset for you, Barry.
Hey, look at it this way, Ian. It's a simple mistake. You know, I bought those 364,000 tons of olive oil by mistake. I put them in the fat fryer, the industrial one I bought. I forgot about it. It happens. The compound's over. It's finished. You've got to learn to look forward, haven't you? So it's downbeat, but it's upbeat, Barry.
So you mean Barry could be moving on?
Who knows, Ian? You know, I like calling your show. Maybe we can talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe we could. Right. Well, I suppose I'll have to leave you then. I hope everything turns out okay.
Well, if you want the hull of a speedboat, you know where to call, don't you?
Yeah. And don't forget to phone me tomorrow.
I will do.
Big show tomorrow, by the way.
Oh.
Opening all the phone lines up.
Oh. Hey, will there still be room for Barry?
Let's hope.
There better be.
Let's hope, hey. Yeah, cool. There'll always be room for you, Barry, here in the late night run.
And I'll tell you what Miss Prendergast said. She'll be alright, won't she? She won't mind.
She'll be fine.
Okay, then.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Music through the night with Mansfield 103.2.
This is the number 1 for Mansfield, Ashfield and Bowles over Mansfield 103.2. You're tuned to the late night run. And somebody who's just phoned me up, I had to put on air, is Arthur Biggins. Barry Biggins' his father. Hello there, Arthur.
Good evening. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm all right, thanks. I'm all right. Only I just wanted to phone, like.
Yeah. So what did you want to phone me up for?
Well, I've been listening to your programme, like as I do, and you've been having my lad, haven't you, on Barry?
Yeah, Barry phones up regularly, every night actually, almost.
Well, he's done all right as our Barry since he got that job in compound. We're very, very proud on him.
Oh, he's a good guy, isn't he?
Well, he has been recently. We were a bit worried about him when he were a young lad, like.
Oh, tell me more about his childhood then.
Well, he were a bit different from other lads. He were a bit different from other kids in the area, like. He never wanted. He never wanted presents like other lads wanted.
What, like Action Men and things like that?
Well, he liked Action Men because he could pull legs and arms off them, like.
Yeah.
But like other toys, like trains and cars and toy buses and things like that.
He didn't like those?
No, he never wanted them. Do you know what he always used to ask for at Christmas and birthdays?
Oh, I don't know. You tell me, Arthur.
Matches. Boxes of matches.
Boxes of matches?
He started off like with these little like boot matches.
Yeah.
Then he progressed on to bigger boxes. Then he always used to ask for Swan Vestas, because Swan Vestas, they always had a lot of matches in them.
Yeah.
I don't know what he used to do with them.
Well, you tell me. I don't know.
He always got excited when fire brigade went by. You know, fire engines.
Yeah.
He was always great excited when they went by.
Well, this is interesting. It's starting to make me think. Some of the stuff that's been happening to Barry at the compound seems to be linked here somehow, Arthur. I don't know.
He does a good job there, you know.
Yeah. He seems to be doing a great job.
Yeah. I mean, we wanted him to be an army officer, like, but it seems that didn't quite work out. But he's got a uniform, you know, with that job he's got.
Yeah, he has. He's got that little security guard badge, and he wears it with pride.
Oh, he's right proud, and we're right proud of him. Me and his mum, you know. Me and his mum.
Oh, he's a lovely guy. But before you go, Arthur, you didn't realise that the compound just burnt down?
No, I didn't.
He was making some chips and things went astray. And
is he all right?
He's fine.
Good. Well, that's all right then. That's funny, isn't it? That, you know, fires seem to follow our Barry around.
It seems like they do. Well, I best let you go. Thank you very much for phoning in, Arthur.
My pleasure. Nice to talk to you, lad. Nice to talk to you.
You take care.
Cheerio, lad.
Bye-bye.
Cheerio.
It's the late night run, especially for all you night workers out there.
You're tuned to the biggest station for Mansfield, Ashfield and Bolsover, Mansfield 103.2. Well, earlier we had Arthur Biggins, and now it's his son, our favourite friend in the mornings, Barry Biggins. How you doing, Barry?
Not too good, Ian, actually, not too good.
Why is that, Barry?
Well, you know, we're friends, aren't we?
Yeah, we're big friends.
You know, we like each other, we respect each other.
Yeah.
You respect me, I thought I respected you. You know, my father, he's a lovely man, he did a great job bringing me up in Blidworth all those years ago. You shouldn't have let him on the radio, Ian. You shouldn't have let him say those things he's been saying about me.
I thought it was all nice stuff that he was saying.
He's a lovely man, but Barry, he's had his problems. He's got things that maybe other kids didn't do when they grew up, and maybe he's still got those problems. But, you know, they're Barry's problems, and Barry will deal with them, and he'll not deal with them over the radio.
Go, calm down, Barry.
Oh, Ian.
Barry, everything's okay, don't worry.
Oh, Ian.
Come on, Barry. Are you okay? Are you composed?
Look, I just want to say, you know, my mum and dad, okay, maybe Barry wasn't the best kid for him. I did cause him a few problems, but can I just say, okay...
Yeah.
About the matches, you know, okay, I wanted them every birthday, every Christmas. You know, people collect things. You know, if someone collects stamps, do you call them a nutter? Do you, Ian?
You call them a philanthropist or something like that? I can't remember. I can't even say it.
I don't know that crazy talk that you know, Ian, but all I know is that it's just something you do, isn't it? Okay, so I collect matches. Okay, so when I was at school, it burnt down 3 times. Okay, these things happen. Okay, the compound burns down.
That was just a coincidence, wasn't it, Barry?
Oh, Ian, you know, why does it always have to follow me? The therapist said that as long as I got a good job, I could leave it behind. But, you know, there's always people having a go, isn't there? There's always people picking it up, but, you know...
Barry, come on, calm down. Everything's okay.
And then there's Miss Prendergast.
What's happened there?
Well, she shouldn't have said them things.
What things?
Well, you know, she was meant to be checked out of the hospital.
Yeah, and she was coming, and the disaster of the fire.
Obviously, you know, the compound had burned down when I'd been throwing those chips, so she's come back, and she's not been seen since. She's gone missing.
She's gone?
She's gone missing. But she shouldn't have said them things, Ian. You know, okay, look at it this way, you know, I've talked to the police, so I can tell it to you. She came back, she was a bit angry with the compound, and, you know, she stormed off, you know. I saw her leave, she stormed off, she left the compound. She just said she wanted a few minutes together. But, you know, how dare she say those things about me and fires, Ian? How dare she? You know, I like flames. I like lights. You know what I mean?
Your romance was like a burning candle.
Oh,
burning flame.
yeah. Oh, you've got a good way of making me feel happy again. So, yeah, so bad news, I suppose. You know, I've been looking for a high and low, Miss Prendergast, but, you know, she's not come back.
She shouldn't have said those things, eh?
She shouldn't have said them. You know what I mean? You know, it's not been a good day for me today, Ian. You know, I'm going to have a word with my father. You know, just a quiet word, and maybe, you know, I'll give him a special birthday cake with lots of candles. You know what I mean, Ian?
Well, at least you can still joke. You know, you still make light of things. Oh, there's me. There me again.
Oh, you're being funny there, Ian.
Attempting to be Barry. Sorry.
Yeah, attempting's the word, isn't it, Ian? Oh, never mind. You know I like you, I respect you, you know. Maybe I could, you know, do you a barbecue one day, you know what I mean, Ian? Would you like that?
That would be lovely.
Okay, then. So, I'm going to resume my search for Miss Prendergast, and let's hope we find her. Let's hope she doesn't say those things again. I don't think she will, but let's hope she doesn't. Okay, Ian.
Okay, take care, Barry.
See you later, friend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Music through the night with Mansfield 103.2.
You're tuned to the number one for Mansfield, Ashfield and Bowls over Mansfield 103.2. I'm Ian Watkins. A new time slot, as you know, all this week and forever now, 3 until 7 in the mornings. And somebody who hasn't phoned me up during this slot is Barry. But Barry's here now. Hello, Barry.
Hello, Ian. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. It's nice to hear from you. I've not heard from you for so long.
Well, I tell you what, there's been goings and... Oh, bugger. Sorry, mate.
This is the number one for Mansfield, Ashfield and Bowls over Mansfield 103.2. I'm Ian Watkins, with you until 7 o'clock this morning when Katie Trinder will be taking over for the Best Breakfast Show. Now, somebody who's not phoned me up since I've been in this slot is Barry. I've not heard from him for so long. Hello, Barry. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Ian. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Well, I've got a bit of a cold coming on, but hopefully it'll go.
Oh, bless you. Maybe I can cheer you up.
Yeah, well, you've cheered me up just by phoning me, because it's been so long.
Well, there's been a few toings and froings at the compound. Barry had to pull a few strings because, Ian, you know, I love Mansfield 103.2. It's a great radio station, but I love talking to you, and, you know, you've moved a bit later or earlier, depending how you look at it.
Yeah.
And so Barry's just had a word, and he's managed to change his shift, hasn't he?
Right.
So I'm a little bit later now, so I can stay on and give you a call now between 3 and 7 every day if I wanted to. Isn't that lovely?
That's great. I can't wait. Are you going to keep phoning me again now, then?
Yeah, brilliant, isn't it? And you know why I can phone you? Because you'll never guess who's back in charge at the compound.
Back in charge?
Yeah.
Go on, tell me.
Remember Mr. Jenkins?
Yep, I remember Mr. Jenkins.
He's not in Rio de Janeiro anymore. He's back in Bedworth.
He's back. What about Miss Prendergast? I mean, I know she went missing.
Well, it's a long story. She shouldn't have said what she did say to me. You know, when... After I mistakenly burnt her eyebrows off at the Valentine's Day mascara, you know, that shouldn't have happened, I admit that. But
Yeah.
she said nasty things, and, well, you know, we're going to leave it at that. Mr. Jenkins, or Carlos, as he's now known, he's come back with a chuckload of money, chuckload of what seems to be like flour as well, and, well, he's moved her off to the new compound in Skegness, and, well, she's going to be doing the B compound in Skegness.
Right.
It's another one of Mr. Jenkins', well, he calls them business ventures.
Yeah.
Basically what he does, he moves the flour and the money from one compound to another. You know, it's all very detailed, all very hush-hush. Barry doesn't really know much about it.
Yeah.
But Barry's the security guard, so Mr. Jenkins, or Carlos, is the top dog again.
Oh, right. So it's nice to have... do we call him Carlos now?
Well, you know, I asked him that, and he said, you can call me whatever you like, Barry, as long as you keep doing the job you're doing. And I said to him, well, to be frank with you, Carlos, or Mr. Jenkins, I'm not very good at mine, because the compound keeps getting burnt down. He said, don't worry about that, Barry. You know, we've got a place for you here at the compound. Isn't that lovely? That Miss Prendergast, okay, Barry tried and failed. He maybe thought there was a romantic liaison there. It didn't happen. And you got to move on, haven't you, Ian? Like you've moved on, I'm moving on.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you got to move on. You're still at the compound, though, aren't you?
Oh, I'm still at the compound. I tell you what, do I sound slightly different today?
You do. I can hear noises in the background a little bit, and you sound like you're in the toilet or something.
Well, I tell you what, it's this new communication system
Yeah.
that Carlos has brought in. It's amazing. With all these workmen as well, they're installing it. They're all sort of South American types. They're Carlos's friends.
Yeah.
That he's brought in from, was it Brazil or Colombia? I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And lovely people. Lovely people. Obviously they all got colds or something because they keep rubbing their noses. But they're lovely, lovely people, you see. And, well, I think we're going to get on just grand. You know, Barry,
he's a bit of a fish out of the water, you know, not too many...
So it's not you on your own anymore, then?
Well, no, it's going to be fun, and maybe, you know, I'll have a chat, I'll have a dance, you know, all this Latin dancing. I better get my, what's the name, Gloria Estefan music on, hadn't I? That Ricky Martin as well. Hey, maybe I could do that for them.
You could.
A bit of that dancing, and they'd be really proud of Barry if I did that, wouldn't they?
They would be very proud. What are the names? Who's there then?
Well, you got Manuel. You might be able to hear working in the background. Manuel, lovely guy. White suit, black shirt. You know, lovely. They've got lovely fashion sense, haven't they? These South Americans.
They do. They like those gaudy shirts, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And you know what? Manuel says he might be able to sort something out for Barry. You know, on the romantic side of things. You know, a nice young girl. So
Hey.
I might keep you in touch with that one.
That sounds wonderful, doesn't it?
Doesn't it just? So things are going well at the moment.
Well, great stuff, Barry. I suppose I best leave you to it then.
Yeah, me and Manuel, and you know, dancing the night away.
Do you play cards with them?
Well, funny you should mention that. We're going to play cards later, but he says it's not any card game you ever played before, Barry. So I don't know what he means by that.
Well, you'll have to tell me about the card game tomorrow morning, maybe.
Will do. Okay then, Ian.
Take care.
Bye, friend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mansfield 103.2. Overnight.
This is the number one for Mansfield, Ashfield and Bowls over Mansfield 103.2. Lovely to have you with me this morning. And also somebody else who it's really lovely to have with me is Barry. How you doing, Barry?
Hello, Ian. How are you? You okay? You okay? How are you, mate? You all right? Oh, hey, nice to hear you again, mate. Oh,
You
it's lovely.
see, you're very hyper this morning, Barry.
Oh yeah, I've had a great week. You know, sorry I haven't called you, but I've been all over the place, Ian. Oh, I tell you what, I've had a week. Have I had a week, Ian? How are you anyway?
I'm fine. Tell me about your week.
Oh, you know, Mr. Jenkins.
Calm down.
Okay, I'm trying. Well, don't my angina any good with it. Oh, you know Mr. Jenkins?
Yeah.
You know Mr. Jenkins? Oh, he's lovely. You know he's taking over the compound again. Lovely guy.
Yeah.
Lovely guy, isn't he? Lovely guy. Oh, well, you know what? You know, he's taking over with some of his friends from Colombia, you know, because basically we're turning into a big bakery. Got loads of flour, hundreds of tons of flour coming into the compound, and guess what? Barry had a special job last week. That's why I only called you once. Guess what I did? Guess what Barry's doing? Guess what he's doing?
What? Barry, you seem hyper, man.
Oh,
Calm
no,
down.
I'm just loving the new job so much. I had to do a run to Skegness, a flour run to Skegness in a big truck. Isn't that lovely?
That's lovely, Barry. Tell me about it.
Important again. Well, basically, Mr. Jenkins comes up to Barry, says, Barry, you know, you're a very valued member of the team. Oh, just a minute. Yeah, he says, you're a very valued member of the team, and he says, you know what, I've got a very important job for you because we've got a supplier. You know, a flour supplier, basically overseas. So I need to get it to Skegness as soon as possible, and then I'd come back and, you know, he'd put a little bit extra in my, you know, my paycheck in the week. So it's simple as that. Job done. So there I've got this huge transit van, all this flour in the van, so I'll go to Skegness. Oh, it's brilliant, you know, get rid of a bit, and, you know, when I, you know, give it to these people, these, you know, other Colombians as well in Skegness, they take it from me, and they say, hey, for you, you know, you keep a bit extra. I thought, well, you know, that's not much payment, a bag of flour. But you know what, this seems as though it was a big gesture, you know. Might be one of these South American things, you know. They have funny gestures, don't they, over there? Funny traditions.
Apparently so.
So I take a bag of flour and I come back. So I'm there coming back, driving back, you know, whistling away to myself, and I think, well, I might as well make the most of it. So I'll make a big stack of bread out of the flour. You know, and cakes and all this sort of thing, you know. Doesn't really rise very well, but, you know, I try my best with it. And you know what? Oh, I just thought I'd try it. Lovely stuff. I've just had a couple of cobs and a couple of cakes just now, and it's lovely stuff, isn't it? I tell you what, I'll bring some rounds, you know, for you, Ian, because it's really nice. And I tell you what, they're lovely, them Colombians, you know, giving me that flour. I think it's got a bit, you know, a bit something special than our English bread. You know, I might give all, you know, is it Warburton's? Give them a call, see if they want to use some of it. I don't know. I tell you what, oh, it's lovely.
Well, take a breath, Barry.
Oh, you know what?
It sounds as if you just really enjoyed it so much you were high on adrenaline or something.
Oh, it must be that. I tell you what, my throat is parched. My throat is parched. I need some water quick. You know what I mean, Ian? So I'm sorry I didn't call you last week, but hopefully I'll be going on another flower run next week.
Okay.
So that should be fun.
Well, good stuff, man. Are you going to give me a ring soon then? Tomorrow, maybe?
Okay then, Ian.
Take care, man.
See you, mate.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.